Sagittarians, welcome in to your October monthly tarot reading. So we are diving into the collective. I got flying cards already. Cards are flying already. Guess that's the energy of October. But yeah, we're going to connect to any Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sagittarians, or you might be a cross watcher. And just get some information and guidance to help you this month. So we'll see what's going on for October. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You might want to take a look at your other sign readings as well, because you may also get some good information from those videos. And if you are so inclined or interested, I do private readings. You can schedule a reading on my website, which is in the description box below. It's kind of similar to what I do in these videos, but you know, because I can very directly connect to one individual, you get a lot more, obviously, precise information. I get a lot more intuitive messages for you. And who knows, you might have a spirit guide or a past loved one pop in. If you're interested in connecting to a past loved one, when you schedule the reading, what we'll do is obviously when we have the reading, you can let me know that you're trying to connect to a specific past loved one, and we can try and connect as well. If you have a specific item of theirs or something that's close, kind of an object that was close to them or close to you, you can bring that as well. I don't need to actually, you know, touch the item, but if you show it to me, all the individual readings I do are virtual. So just giving you some background on those. If you like this video, hit that like button. And to join the Lyran Soul Tribe, hit that subscribe, and you'll stay connected to my future videos. So I got my Halloween cards out just for October. So we got the Halloween Oracle and we got the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot, which are really cool. So I'll be using these all month. So let's see, Sagittarians, what is the foundation of the energies for you this month? So the first card out, we got Owl, Wise Scene, Wise Action. And then we got Werewolf, Exploring Wildness. And then Lady de los Muertos, Acceptance and Equality. So the first message I'm kind of getting for you Sagittarians in October, you are going through a major transformation here. Something is like you're going through a big change, and something essentially, it's almost like you're going through a rebirth process. Something also may be like ending in your life, or a big change where something is ending and there's something new coming. I do feel like you've been struggling with this, and kind of the guidance here is this acceptance and kind of allowing the transformation to just, you know, occur and flow with it. And in the hardest of times, you just have to kind of surrender and allow the whether it's a dark night of the soul moment, whether it's just really painful or just, again, challenging, It's just allowing yourself to also feel what's coming up. You know, don't push it down if it is painful, if you're feeling loss or sadness. Allow yourself to be in it. And acknowledging that the feelings that you're going through this process. You know, part of the pain is the werewolf card also speaks to like the physical, like what we know as the world, like what we're supposed to do, what they say is good and bad, you know, how we're supposed to live our lives, what's traditional, what's normal, in quotes. And then there's our true inner authentic self. And there's a lot of depth to that. There's a lot of facets to that. And a lot of humans tend to disconnect from that authentic place. And what that creates is conflict. You're resisting your true self, and in that resistance, or you're pushing it away, or you're like, no, 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 like your soul's always calling to you. Your soul's always speaking. It's your inner compass. And if you're constantly like ignoring the messages from your soul, the compass, the guidance that's saying, no, 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 you're going in the wrong direction, or no, this doesn't feel right, right? Like we listen to our families, our cultures, our societies, the media on how we should live, how we should show up into the world. And I feel like there's been a lot of conflict coming up between that because your inner soul has been kind of calling you to something bigger or calling you to a change, to do something differently. And I do feel like that owl perspective, it's like this process is going to bring you've been gaining a lot of wisdom through this, a lot of downloads I'm feeling, but also it's about like looking at this from a higher perspective instead of being in the weeds, which can be difficult. But I feel like the more you can look, higher and look down at the situation, I feel like that will be helpful. And you'll also gain some different insights. And I also picked up that in October, I think you're going to see this situation, you're going to almost have like either an aha moment or just like, oh, I get it. Or something comes to you about the situation. And it's really about this acceptance of like this, again, I'm not saying it's an actual death, but I feel like it's more of an inner death. I mean, for a small few of you who know, you could have actually gone through, lost somebody close to you. And it's been difficult. So let's get some more information. I got the Knight of Wands that just popped out. I do, with this Knight of Wands, if a card flies out before I start the tarot cards, I see that as like an overarching energy. And it's almost like the Knight of Wands is a very fast energy. It's like fast change. And I feel like the werewolf here, it's almost like this transformation, where the human turns into the werewolf. It's like this is happening so fast that it's kind of like growing pains, right? When you grow too fast, it's almost like you feel the pains. And I kind of feel that like this is happening so fast, like something's going to happen really fast in October. And it's going to be like, whoa, like it's kind of like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I feel like you want to tell the universe to hold the brakes, like, or you want to try and control the situation to kind of make it, you're like, I'm not ready for this to happen so fast, but it's going to, and that's where you can't stop it from happening. You can't stop this transformation or this change. So you kind of that's part of the surrender and acceptance too, is you can't control this, and it's going to happen faster than you expected. So let's see what else. What's going on underneath unconsciously here? So we have the King of Swords, 8 of Swords, Five of Cups, Page of Cups. Yeah, this is like a divine fated, again, change. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at this, two aces in a row. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. And then you have the Queen of Swords. So you have the King and Queen of Swords flanking the message here. And then then you have the Six of Swords, which is like moving into, you're moving forward now. Like, I feel like you finally figured something out. You figured out, you have a plan, or like, you know where you're going now, or what this change is, and you're like, okay, I finally accepted it. And I'm finally flowing with it here. And you're allowing, and this is very interesting. If you can see in the Six of Swords cards here, it's almost like, I almost see the person rowing the boat as like death, which it's almost like this, the person controlling where you're going is the actual transformation itself in the universe here. So you finally surrender, because it's almost like you're trying to fight where the boat's going. But then when you do that though, right, it's almost like you're stuck, because you're not going anywhere. If you're trying to go in an opposite direction and someone else is trying to push it in a different direction, like, you're kind of always just staying put. You're staying stuck. And that's this Eight of Swords too. There's this little bit of stuckness here, or feeling like you're not moving. And it's that wanting to control, wanting to know, right, where you're going, what's on the other side. And there's this need to just, there's nothing you need to do here. It's almost like you just have to allow the universe to take control and to unfold your life in October. And all of a sudden, once you do that, things start moving forward. And that's where things all of a sudden happen quickly here. And I feel like there is somebody else tied to this in your life. So this could, again, be anyone. It could be a partner, spouse, a friend, a family member. But there is some aspect of, you are on the same page from like a thought perspective, right? The King and Queen of Swords it's like a meeting of the minds, right? You both are thinking the same things. You kind of have a plan. You know the direction you're going. And it's interesting here again. I don't use these cards that much because they're more like Halloween cards. But with this King and Queen, the King's almost looking straight on, which to me always says like that person is in the moment. They're like right here, right now. The Queen is actually looking forward. She's looking at the future. So it could be that one of you is too focused on the future and that control of needing to know, and where are we going, and what does this look like? And the other person is more like, they're actually doing the surrendering. Like, they're just in the moment. They're not trying to focus too much on the direction, because I feel like there's this unknown to your situation. There's this unknown factor. And instead of, one of you is trying to really like, I need to know, I don't like not knowing where I'm going or what's going to happen here. But I do feel like eventually you get on the same page. And there is a lot of clarity coming here. So there's a lot of swords. The King and Queen of Swords bring with them a lot of clarity and like knowingness. So there is a shift here if you're feeling like you're kind of in this like, this place of you don't really like this feeling. And you have the Five of Cups here. So there is a little bit of, this doesn't emotionally feel good where you've been and where you're about the situation. It could be a situation too where there's been a lot of, I almost feel what I'm picking up with the Five of Cups today, right now for you, is it's almost like there's a depression or depressive energy. One of you could be depressed and have been for a while because of this feeling of stuckness in your life. I do feel like there has been a lot of expectations about something. This could be a relationship or something that kind of is really now not panning out. And there's that death or loss again. There could be a loss, or the change could be an ending to something that, you know, isn't going to be easy. There's hard feelings there or sadness around it. But... and it could be that if it's a relationship, it just, the offer of one of the individuals like needed more from the relationship, and one person is more of a page, where they just didn't have the ability to fulfill the needs and desires of the other. You know, it's just they didn't have the ability to give in the capacity that is required to make it work. But again, October is this faded time period where all of a sudden it's like things shift and there's this new path, really big new path. And I feel like it's going to be one where you feel really excited about it and passionate about it. And it's actually going to manifest, where you actually start to experience this or see it in your reality with the Ace of Pentacles. So let's keep going. I'm going to put these to the side. I'm doing a little bit of a different spread for October. All right. So we have the Nine of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this situation, you've been kind of holding on to this. Like you've really been resisting this change. If it's a relationship, a job, whatever it is, I feel like you've been really like a death grip, like not letting go and like wanting to really make it work, or just not ready to make the change, because it's like, again, there's this unknown factor that kind of, as far as your stability goes or security, like that unknown territory that you're being pushed into does not feel secure. So you're trying to hold on. It's almost like you're in the ocean trying to hold on to this buoy, but like the waves are coming and you have to just kind of almost like let the waves take you where you need to go. But I like the Nine of Cups. It's like, you know, this could also be something that you really thought was going to be good for you or work out. And it ended up being too challenging, too restrictive, kind of like a more burdensome than anything. So let's keep going here. We got the Five of Wands, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, lots in your head about this, and the Devil. Yeah, this is a very karmic situation, Sag. This is a very karmic situation. I do feel like there's a lot of fear. I feel like this, whatever the situation is for you, you almost feel like you're chained to this thing. Like you just have not been able to cut yourself from this situation for a long time. And it's like you've been fighting this. There's like a part of you that's like, I want to be done with this. I want to get out of this. But then there's another part of you that's like, but I don't know how to, right? I don't know how to move away from this or let go. And it's definitely creating this like really, I feel this anxiety from this conflict, you know? And that's this werewolf thing. It's like this, you know, it's almost like the devil and the angel. It's like, this is what I should do, or, you know, there's the security and safety of what is known, what I'm told, you know, I want to fit in. I want things to look normal. But then your true self, your higher self is like, no, this isn't right. And this is just like, yeah, that's where this like inner turmoil and conflict is going on. And it could be something with the ego. This Nine of Cups can be about overindulgence, or you're indulging the ego too much, or it's like you need things to look a certain way too for some of you. Like you need things to appear everything's okay. Some of you are those types that like everything needs to look okay to the external world. And then the fact that you have to finally blow things up and people need to see that things aren't okay, like you can't handle that. So we have the Sun, the King of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Two kings. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely think you thought something was like your happiness, your wish, and it was really your wish that this would work out, or you wouldn't have to go through this change again. This could be a pattern of yours, and that's been a big conflict for you, but you're being called here. You're going through this, whether you like it or not, which I don't want it to seem negative, but let's see what's going on. I'm going to actually grab this other deck here to clarify. And as I do that, cards are flying. So let's see here. I kind of want to see what's going on with these two kings. Two kings. So for some of you, this could be tied to work. You know, this could almost be like dealing with two bosses or leaders or something. There's like a conflicting, also, if this is work related, there's like a confliction of like, you don't want to, also there's this confliction and fight of like the way where your work is going, or where the company's going, or something, the business, and you're not on board with it. And there's like people that are on board and some people that aren't. I'm getting that, so that could be for some of you. This could be a situation that you have to work things out with in regards to these two kings. There could be, if it's like romance or love, this could be like two different people and you're trying to work through what to do here. And there's this like stuck, yeah, the Hanged Man, like you're not sure what to do about this. You're definitely stuck. You've been stuck for a bit. But I like this. Then there's the Star. So I do feel like you're going to overcome this. I do feel like you're going to find a better place here. I think this is a really icky feeling situation that I just feel this like heaviness. And it's like on the other side of this is the Star, which is healing energy. And then the Strength card came out. So yeah, it's going to take some courage to really, again, surrender and allow the fate to take you where you will, and allow, you know, and if you want to get out of this situation and you're not sure how or when, I think you just need to ask, you know, your higher self, the universe, your guides to guide you, and you will overcome this, and you're going to go to a more place where I just feel like this relief. So what's the Devil here? Knight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like too, someone's really been angry about that they're in this situation and that it's like come to this. There's this like anger. And again, wanting this to like something to change fast too. It's like you want to get out of this. And the same thing with the Knight of Swords, Wands. These two knights have a lot of really fast, intense energy. So I just want to get one for where, what's on the other side of this? I think we got the Star, but, so it's going to be a difficult process here. So on the other side of this, we got the Five of Cups, which can be some grief. Like you're going to have to process through. There's some grief coming up, but it's really allowing yourself to grieve or to feel these deep feelings coming up. Because I also feel like this is a very triggering situation, and it kind of almost is re-traumatizing in regards to, like, you know, past trauma you have. Like our triggers, any triggers in life, if you get triggered by certain things, really what that is it's touching a wound. It's touching a wound from your past that hasn't really been healed. So I feel like this situation as a whole is almost like hitting on all your core wounds here. And it is bringing a lot of grief and loss and sadness about this. But it's almost like, but you want to move away from this. You want change, but it still is going to be a process. And I like this integration, right? This is about integrating some deep wounds. And that's why you had to go through this. And on the other side of this is a more whole, harmonious, emotional body for you. And that's where you can really find something that's going to be more fulfilling for you. Yeah, there's definitely needs to be an ending to this. And again, there's this part of you that really wants the ending, and then a part of you that is also sad about it. But again, you'll process it. You'll get on the other side of this feeling more healed and integrated, and something that's more aligned with your true wish is going to be able to come in now. Wow, some heavy stuff, Sagittarius. That's been a trend here in October. I feel like all the signs so far, I guess you're only the third, so you're the third sign I've done. So far, Libra, Scorpio, and you have all, there's all this theme of something ending or things have to, you know. So October is going to be a big month. Big month. So allow yourself to feel the feels and just surrender and go with the flow. All right, Sagittarians. Well, thank you for joining in, and I will see you in the next reading.